Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Fumetsu no Anata. So, last episode we began our new arc, which was honestly kind of confusing in a lot of ways. I don't know if they rushed it or whatnot, or they're just simply waiting till this episode to explain things a little bit further. Right now, obviously, Fushi has got himself into a pretty sticky situation. He's probably gonna have to fight his way out, more or less. And well, let's just see how exactly this is going to help him develop in the future. Right, he still has this overall goal of course, going up against knockers and getting his memories back. Right. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into the episode. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, are we gonna have a case where the observer recaps and then we get into the opening? Like an arrow without a bow. Well, I guess that's a nice little callback to last episode where Fushi was trying to use bow and arrow to kill a bird, observe the bird, and, you know, get up, be able to transform himself into a bird and fly. Although that's actually kind of curious though, which I didn't. Not curious. I mean, that's actually kind of interesting, which I didn't really talk about last episode. If Fushi does start to have, these kinds of feelings and thinking through things like this, right? I do wonder, like, how more often he's going to look out for these kinds of opportunities and maybe really make himself go out to observe a lot more different animals and beings and so on and so forth, right? It's like, certainly I completely forgot about the fact that he could observe, like, something that could fly. Like, how handy would that be? Come on. Something that can swim is probably good as well. And maybe something that can burrow? Yeah, we really haven't even started to think about, like, how Fushi can actually use his abilities to his advantage. Because it's not quite clear to me at this point how exactly they want to go forward with this anime. And so why are you so enthusiastic about this, girl? The Island of Freedom, eh? Well, you kill each other, obviously. Well, I mean, Fushi is a literal child, right? So... That's what you think about? Okay, then. They just killed the announcer. No. Well, no shit, dude. Why are you up there? taking a microphone, I mean, taking a megaphone when the battle's already started. Mm. Well, it's a little bit too late for that dude. Oh, does he want to play dead? Yeah, it's pure Indo. What? Okay, that was all kinds of stupid, but sure. I'm surprised he didn't think of, like, cutting his head off or something. This girl. I guess this is basically a society where everything goes, eh? Mm-hmm. So who's the organizer of all this? How exactly does this society work? I mean, okay, let's try to recap, right? They're supposed to bring like criminals, right? Those who are sentenced to death or internal banishment or what off to this island, right? So I'm guessing what that implies is that this is basically a criminal island, and but they just put them there, and then they can do whatever they want to do. But then, like, who was the one behind the actual tournament, right? Because I highly doubt that this is just some kind of situation where the people on this island just go like, okay, the strongest one will lead everyone, right? I don't think it's such an oh, I think maybe Church of Bennett. Okay, okay. Left by hanging pirates. All right. Alright, so we got all the way up to here, to this point, but the tournament, right? Oh yeah, that's actually a good, I didn't even think of that. No, so she had like a wanted. Ah, yeah, okay, okay. So she actually had a bounty. All because that's all they can do. Humans at times have the ability to choose the time of their deaths. Okay, that's what he means. Again, though, I still don't see like why having this tournament, like who organizes the tournament, and why does the guy that wins it suddenly gain all this power, right? Who are you? Wait, are you? Is she the one from the tribe? I can't really see all that well. Ouch. Okay, yeah, it's her. Yeah, what's her name again? The one who was after March, right? Kind of forgot her name. Oh, there we go. Oh, now he can change into that, and he can burrow. Oh. That's funny. Ouch. Oh, now they're trying to protect the announcer, eh? Well, I think these are... I guess this is like a battle of stamina. I think that he's like, this is... Yeah, if I were his opponent right now, I'd be like definitely using this to my advantage. I'm surprised nobody has thought of like beheading him yet, though. Oh. She can change into her. So what's the difference? Oh. I guess this body knows martial arts? No, knock him unconscious? Huh. Oh. And she's like, it's you! Right. Hold on, let me quickly see, like, what's her name? I honestly forgot already. Let me take a quick look at the cast list. Tonari-san. Oh dang, it's not there yet. Parona? I'll check later. Anyway, see you guys after this. Alright, so that was episode 14, and sorry about that. Parona was the girl that Fushi changed himself into, and the one who's supposedly, you know, followed him here and is also trying to become, I'm not sure, like the one who licked his face, right? That one is Hayase, and well, for some reason she's here as well, and who knows, she just might be the one who put out that bounty for Tonari and ask her to bring these two in, right? So I guess that is a possibility here, but we'll have to see about that. So, alright, let's talk about this episode, right? I guess they explained some things, but still the most critical question there is not there yet. I mean, I basically, you know, laid out my own thoughts about the situation up to the point in which Tonari explained, right? So yeah, this is an island of criminals, and eventually they became like self-governing, heart Australia jokes and so on. But anyways, so we have that in mind and all that. So I assume that there is still, you know, some sort of governing body in place, right? It can't just be completely, you know, chaos and anarchy, right? Because, you know, how else are you supposed to maintain some sort of functioning society, right? Like, you still have to have vendors, you still have to have people who, they still have division of duties, right? They obviously have some people who are tournament organizers, they have some people who are farmers, some people who are overseers, and so on and so forth. So, they gotta still have some semblance of a society and some sort of hierarchy there. So, I do wonder, like, to me, that is actually the most important thing in regards to all this. Not, like, how this island came to be and whatnot. Like, who are the people behind all of this, right? Who is the current ruling class here? Who are the ones organizing these tournaments? And more to the point, is there actually any significant meaning to these tournaments? Because I'll be honest here, looking at the situation right now, my instinct is telling me this is just, all completely a fraud, and it's just simply to, some sort of way to allow the people on this island to keep on fitting their own numbers and also provide them entertainment at the same time, right? Because, like, think about it, like, in what kind of situation will we have where, they just enter this free-for-all tournament and the one who becomes the last standing survivor suddenly has all the power in the world to do everything and maybe even allow all the people off the island and back to, the mainland or whichever place they came from, right? I don't think that's really how things work here. That you don't really have the correct infrastructure to support something of that sort. So to me, this tournament really feels much more like a fraud, like a fake beacon of hope, if you will, to placate the people on this island here, and to, giving them some sort of hope, giving them something to strive for and whatnot, while also, having a way for them to keep on killing each other and really for them to keep on killing off the strongest among themselves, right? So that, they are more easily controlled, and whatnot. And then also, obviously, some entertainment as well. It seems like the people here clearly enjoy it, right? So you can kill multiple birds with one stone here. So I don't know, to me this situation just smells entirely fishy. I don't really think anything is going to come out of this tournament in the end, but we'll see, right? I could be entirely wrong here. And as for the actual tournament and whatnot, I do like how in this episode, and maybe later on, we are going to start dealing with Fushi and changing into various different forms, right? And then, also getting into some kind of moral qualms or moral issues around here. Should I kill? Should I not? What is the difference in a life? Does the difference of this life mean more than someone else? And what about, just animals and whatnot? What about the value of an animal life? And so on and so forth, right? Now, I'll be honest, that's not exactly like my favorite kind of topic. I don't you can probably guess by the way that I react to some of the scenes and episodes. I'm just like, come on, let's move forward with this. But hey, at least it, if they manage to bring some good arguments and counter arguments on both sides and whatnot, I do enjoy this kind of philosophical debates, right? Obviously, the observer, from his point of view, he's coming from a more like a deity kind of view here, where to him life doesn't really matter. That's not the entire point. I still stand by my thinking that he probably represents this earth as a whole. So people live, people die, and same with all life as well, all life forms. So to the observer, this is probably not really something to be concerned with, right? That doesn't have any particular meaning at all. But hey, again, we could be wrong here. Obviously, I feel like this is going to turn into... I've rarely seen any kind of mainstream anime really go for the, how can I say this? A more realistic view towards all this. It's typically more towards a more idealistic kind of view, like Fushi still has right now. So I'm expecting that to still be the dominant view going forwards, right? Cherish all life and so on and so forth, and kill as little as possible, and that kind of thing. But we shall see. We shall see. I did kind of feel, though, I do hope that Fushi's enemies in the future tournaments are going to be a little bit more challenging in ways. On one hand, you can feel like you can obviously say, hey, how can you be so mean to Fushi and so on and so forth, but come on, his first guy literally just didn't even really do anything, right? I mean, I guess it's kind of a maybe normal reaction if you suddenly encounter some being that you think is a monster, but heck, he was able to be the last one standing out of all those thousands of or hundreds of people there, right? So that's got to count for something. I was expecting him to at least, maybe they didn't want to animate scenes that were more bloody. But honestly, if I were in that situation, or I would give a suggestion to that guy in that situation, I would be thinking, maybe I should just like behead this dude. Like maybe his immortality can't really work this way. Slice off his arms and legs and whatnot, really cripple him. And okay, I feel like I'm going a little bit too far, too overboard here. It's probably not exactly what this anime is trying to teach us or anything, but I'm just saying, man. I do kind of feel like his opponents, for all being, all that macho and being like completely ruthless and anything, were actually quite tame towards Fushi, all things considered, right? Like, yeah, sure, an axe to the head and whatnot, but how can they, like, come on, it seems that the only requisite to actually winning here is if they can, they can sort of proclaim that, okay, the opponent isn't really moving, right? It's kind of unconscious or whatnot. So I would expect something like, I don't know, like making chopping off all of Fushi's limbs and heads and whatnot, and being like, hey, look, I won, right? What more do you want? And something of that sort. I mean, just a little nitpick on that sort. But anyways, I actually highly doubt that we'll actually see those kind of scenes. We're probably just gonna go forward into, a showdown here between Fushi and Hayase, right? So, we'll see that in the next episode. And obviously we see, there's this entire story of Tonari and whatnot. I'm sure that she has a sob story as well. Like, it's clearly implied that her parents or family or whatnot are prisoners. She's she's just related to them and whatnot. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the entire thing there, which Fushi reprimanded them of, is that, because they are in such a harsh environment, the only thing they can do is to smile and hold their heads up high and carry on hope, right? It's probably that kind of situation here, which Fushi will probably learn later. But, at this point, not really too much else to add to this situation. And yeah, we'll just see in the next episode. So, until then, bye guys.